Hey guys, welcome back to the Smith Hero YouTube channel. Today we are back working on the Mark II all-motor drag car, and in the last episode you would have seen we gutted the car. We're getting ready for a cage, but I'm thinking if I'm going to be putting in this cage, I should probably cut out everything I want before I put the cage in. So I'm back in my homeless guy attire. I'm equipped with about 30 cutting discs, flap discs, body saw blades. We are going to take as much weight out of this car the hard way as we can, because remember, we've already taken out all the easy stuff. All the easy weight's gone. Now we're at the point where you have to actually work to make this lighter. So making it lighter, what do I mean? Well, if you ever looked at the Honda cars, they're cut. They're cut up. When you take a look at my car, you would think, oh, it's pretty cut up. But you look around and you're like, oh, seat brace, that can go. This entire dash brace right here, all the way across down there, this can go. But more importantly, all the body frame can go. What I mean by a body frame is everything basically off of the bottom of the floor. So everything that holds the roof skin in place, everything that's on the doors, the A-pillars, all that stuff, all that's got to go. So what we're going to be doing is cutting all of this out. So you will no longer see any of this reinforcement plates. You won't see any more of it down here. All you're going to see is just that outer skin over there. All the dash brackets, every random odd and end in this car is going. What we have to do is the amount of weight that we're accounting for by adding this cage in, we need to try to take that same amount of weight out as we're putting in with that cage. This spare tire well, this is going to be a good chunk, but I'm probably not going to cut this out until the cage is actually in the car, because I don't think it'll be any sort of an issue. And when I cut that out, I'm just going to get a real thin sheet of aluminum to put in place. The only way you can cut a car like this, how I'm going to be cutting it, you have to be putting in a roll cage. If you cut this like this and you go driving down the street, this thing is going to bend. When you put the cage in, it's going to make it structural. And I'm also going to be adding to all the pillars that I'm cutting out, I'm going to be adding like gusset plates in from the cage. So it should be just as strong. Yeah, I don't think we'll have any issues. This makes a horrible mess. I just cleaned up the shop. So what I'm going to be doing, I went to Home Depot. I got a couple rolls of that 2 mil thick 10 by 20 whatever it is sheet of plastic. And I'm just going to drape it over the car. It's clear, so hopefully I'll be able to see pretty good. I'll throw some lights in here, but basically I'm just going to cover every open hole on the car, and then we'll start getting the cutting. After a lot of cutting, we got a decent amount out. This is just a nasty, messy job. If you guys can notice right now, I've already ruined the lens on the GoPro, so oh well. One thing I wanted to mention, guys, is that the rear brakes on these, most of you know that they're like trailer brakes where you have a bearing on the inside, bearing on the outside. It's all concealed inside the rotor, which is actually the hub as well. So all that's a lot of weight, and you got to set preloads and stuff like that. So when it comes to aligning the rear ends on these, nobody wants to mess with it, because you have to take the hub off and put shims back there to get it. You know, you can mess with toe, you can mess with camber. All that can be done, but nobody ever wants to do it because of how this stuff is. So I've reached out to Mann. This is a newer company, but this guy's been around a long time. He knows old Volkswagens and Audi stuff. So what he's decided to start doing is sell kits. So now you can buy entire Polo rear kits. You get a stub axle, but more importantly with this stub axle, you have the option to have an ABS sensor. And then you get a Polo rear wheel bearing and hub assembly. You can, I believe he sells them, you can get it in 5-lug if you want, or like a combo bolt pattern. I got 4-lug obviously. So now it's like a Mark IV style where you just take the nut off, slide it on, you're good to go. So for aligning this car, it's gonna be so much easier because now it is, when you have it up on the lift, you find out what you need to do, and then all you have to do is unbolt the hub, pull the hub off, unbolt the 4 bolts, and then on the back side here you get an assortment of shims. It's like this weird little packet. They sell a bunch of different ones, and you just kind of twist them to get the combination of toe and camber you want. If you've ever walked around the pits in a Volkswagen racing group and you look at the rear end of some of these cars, it's awful, and that's the main reason. So if you walk around and you see a Mark III and the wheel is tilted in like this on the back, it's messed up. It's got to be fixed. So this is the best solution for that. And also I will be weighing this stuff, so hopefully it will be a decent bit lighter. And I did get some matching rotors for it. These are little guys, so I'll show you that in another video when I actually install this stuff. But I'm going to be drilling all this stuff out. Remember, on my car, the rear brake is simply just to stage. That's it, nothing else. So just wanted to give a big shout out. Go check him out. I'll put the link in the description. Really appreciate him helping out. I've been cutting and cutting. What we have done back here is, you can see how there's kind of like these recessed plates. I've just been cutting into it with the angle grinder and then taking the body saw and cutting them out. There was some rust spots here and here. That's why these chunks are missing right now. So I figured, why not? I'll just cut that out. More stuff's gone. I have to go back through and grind everything. Again, I'm not going to show you guys that, but I'm just going to take a flat disc and then I'm going to go around and clean all of this up. Here's what I was meaning, like why you want this plastic up. That stuff's just gross. But yeah, so all around here, you see I cut out the original seatbelt brace and all that. There's a lot of double welded panels. Like I'm not gonna try to get that far into that and try to cut it out, because it's actually spot welded here and back here, so that's enough. I'll cut that out. The same on the other side. Up top, I am gonna cut that back piece out. I'll show you guys that later, but I'm just gonna take the flap disc, knock all this down so it's nice and clean. You won't get, tetanus in here. Let's see if I can sort of pick it up with one hand. I'm assuming right now it's probably like 20-ish pounds. I'm really hoping that after all this cutting, I'll at least have 50 pounds out of the car. Might be a pipe dream, but that's the goal. We will weigh it. And also remember, I am going to be taking out that panel and this upper dash panel. So we are going to be taking out some decent amount of weight. And then the rear window glass, that's definitely going and changing. The hood, we'll probably take that off and de-skin it. I'll spare you that as well. I'll just show you it in the end. There's a lot of weight out of the back of this car. You should do this outside. This sucks. But the end result is you're gonna be faster than the next guy because your car's gonna be lighter. There's so much work into this that a lot of guys aren't gonna do it. So if you put in this extra effort, it's gonna be worth it. 100% this extra effort will be worth it. I'm gonna go through, cut all the random studs, stuff like that. I'll use the flap disc to grind those down, doing as much as I can because we have to. There's still a lot more to cut. We got some brackets up here that gotta go. The dash columns gotta go. I'm very interested to see if this is gonna be as light or lighter than the dash bar with the cage. That'd be very interesting. And we're also gonna be, I mean, the cage is gonna strengthen this car up so much. I got no worries about cutting more out, so. I'm gonna get back into it. Right now I'm just basically stalling because I don't feel like doing this anymore.
We are finally done cutting the car. This has been a massive ordeal. You can see I'm sick now. I got the flu for the week. But I managed to go through a ton of cutting discs, flap discs, sanding belts, all kinds of stuff. Man, here's everything that we cut out. I did end up cutting out the dash bar. So you can see there, the steering column is over there. Cage is still here because... So the pedal cluster was able to stay. I got all this stuff out. Everything's ground down. I'm gonna just throw some paint over this stuff. Everywhere there's a little bit of rust down here, I'm gonna throw some rust mort. It's the stuff that turns it into a paintable surface and kind of takes the rust away. Guys, I'm telling you, there's no more that can be cut out of the quarters. Every bracket, every little nub that I could see is just gone. So we will have a nice dash bar across here, A-pillars. We are doing a 10-point. And in case any of you guys are curious, everything that I cut out was about 42 pounds. So it all adds up. And then you got everything that you had to cut. So there might be a couple more pounds here or there that actually got cut out and vacuumed out of the car. So yeah, it was definitely worth it, but it is a nightmare of a job. This is, if you have a younger brother, a kid that can do this stuff, give them a couple bucks and let them do it, because this is awful. Me and my wife just did as much as we could. Next video, guys, will 1000% be installing the cage. I'm going through making sure all the piping's there, that's gonna work. It's coming. It's already January. It's a new year, so happy new year. We got a ton to do. I got some stuff for the shop over there. I got doors over there. I'm gonna be cutting the doors and putting plexi in that, because remember, I only did the passenger side, the driver's side's still stock. We gotta do that. And I'm still contemplating if I'm gonna do a Lexan windshield. I think I'm gonna put a glass windshield in. I just think it's a lot safer and looks a lot nicer. But everything else will be Lexan. Every single door window, every single quarter, and the rear. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. Look at all this metal.